welcome back to our channel. My name is Casey.
And I'm Anthony.
And we're Dos Cavazos, and this is Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, episode 4.
So last episode, we ran into Cornell. He was kind of faking having the Philosopher's Stone, while we think getting powers from Gluttony and this other woman that we don't quite know her name yet. They mentioned their father. Don't know who that is, but I'm assuming probably could be the ultimate villain of this show. It seems like they're kind of alluding to that.
Yeah.
Albeit, though, it seems like Al and Edward have to just kind of go back on like the road and kind of, go back to square one and looking for the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the journey, their ultimate goal right now is to get their bodies back. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Like, I wonder if we're going to see things along the way, and what if it's not possible? Like, what if that was, like, the whole point is, like, you paid the price for what you did? I mean, I don't know.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking, too, because they've made a big deal about that. You can't bring people back.
Yeah, the law of equivalent exchange.
But, like, for Al, like, aren't you kind of bringing him back? I mean, I know his soul's attached to this, but you're still having to bring back a body. So, is that even possible? Or is it just like a pipe dream?
All right, well, if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you can stay notified for all of our future videos.
Also, head over to our Patreon where we have full-length reactions as well as other exclusive content. If you want to watch our full-length reactions for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, we're actually several episodes ahead over there, so if you want to check that out, the link's down in the description below.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it.
Foolish alchemists who have turned their backs on the ways of God shall all be punished.
You must be the bloodthirsty murderer who's been making a habit of targeting state alchemists lately.
Oh my goodness.
I bet he went under.
That wasn't so difficult.
Like dug
Maybe
through the
use
ground.
power.
Something. Oh, never mind. Goodness.
Now you perish.
Oh, shit.
My goodness.
A man doing this is a traitor. I want him stopped.
The Philosopher's Stone. Another false lead?
Yeah, after all that, the stone was a fake. Even so, the power it gave Cornello was real enough.
Okay, so it still gave power.
The Sowing Life Alchemist, Shou Tucker. He's done some heavy research into chimera transmutation. I'll introduce you.
You would do that for us?
Okay, what's the catch? You want something, don't you?
Don't doubt my motives. I'm trying to repay you for your work on the Lior case. 2 years ago, Tucker transmuted a chimera that could understand human speech.
Oh.
Wait, you mean it talks? A chimera?
Right. It only said one thing. I want to die.
Oh my gosh.
After that, it refused to eat until it got its wish.
Oh, that hurt my feelings. Oh my
It was a big dog.
You okay?
There are people out here. Look!
Nina, this is why I told you to keep the dog tied up.
He's friendly.
As the Colonel told you, I'm the Sowing Life Alchemist, Shou Tucker.
Ed is interested in the field of biologic alchemy. He would like to have a look at your research, if that's possible.
If you want me to show you the tricks I've got up my sleeve, it's only fair you show me the tricks you've got up yours as well. It's the code we live by, equivalent exchange.
Oh.
You transmuted your mother? As an 11-year-old child? So that's what earned you the title Fullmetal Alchemist. You've had a rough time of it for someone so young. I can't say for sure if it's going to be of any use to you or not. But why don't you go ahead and take a look at my laboratory?
What the hell's he doing?
Is it legal to do this, I guess? If it's animals?
I'm fairly widely regarded as an authority on chimeras, but the truth is,
I guess so.
it hasn't actually been going that well lately.
Damn, he's got a big one.
Amazing.
This is my library.
I'm going to head back to work now. I'll send somebody by to get you this evening.
He's too already into the book.
Quite a catch, these two. A couple of prodigies.
I don't trust it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, the fact that he made like an animal that could talk and like it wanted to kill itself after that was kind of weird.
It seems like unethical to do that to animals, you know? Like, I'm gonna make you a pigfish.
Nina looked like she wanted to play.
Well, in case you forgot, we didn't come here to play horsey.
Got off the leash again.
Alexander says that he wants to play
His
too.
name is Alexander.
Playtime is over. I will not lose this time. I, Edward Elric, will use my considerable powers to vanquish you.
Why don't you come on back tomorrow?
You really going to come again?
We'll play some more tomorrow, okay, Nina?
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Tucker, I almost forgot. I've got a message for you. It's from the Colonel. He says, don't forget, assessment day is coming soon.
Yes. Please assure him I know.
Like an assessment of his work?
Hey, Daddy? What does assessment day mean?
State alchemists have to report on their research once a year in order to keep their certification. You see, last year, Nina, your daddy didn't get a very good evaluation. Unless I do something really impressive this year, I won't be a state alchemist anymore.
No, you'll do just fine, Daddy. I know you will. You're always
Like he's
studying
gonna make something really bad, or...
Your mother left 2 years ago?
Daddy said she went back to live at her parents' house. Daddy's so nice, and plus I've got Alexander to play with, too. But lately, Daddy's been studying in his lab all the time.
It's like mimicking their dad.
Don't forget, assessment day is coming soon.
Must be any number of people who envy them for their positions. Or perhaps
wanted, though.
they feel they have not upheld their creed. Alchemists be thou for the people. Alchemists who are supposed to be pillars of science and truth are turned into the military's walking weapons as soon as they receive certification. There are plenty of people, I'm sure, who have not forgotten the role that state alchemists played in the Ishbalan Civil War.
Oh, there's a Civil War.
That.
Okay.
Before I earned my state alchemist certification, our life was terrible. We were so poor in those days. My wife couldn't stand living that kind of life, so she left us. I can't afford to fail this assessment. I don't want to go back to those days again. I don't even think I could. Hey, Nina, I've got an idea. Do you want to play with Daddy tomorrow?
Hello, Mr. Tucker.
What the
Thanks
fuck
for
did
having
you
us
do?
again today.
Where did that guy show up?
Mr. Tucker.
There you are. So you are.
What the fuck did you do? Did he blend them?
I did it, boys. I finally did it.
No fucking way. He blended his daughter with the damn dog? Are you fucking kidding me?
That person over there, that's Edward.
That person, Edward,
Can actually talk.
Now I don't have to worry about losing my certification.
that person, Edward,
They don't know.
that person, Edward, Big Brother Ed.
Dude, it's fucking crazy.
When did you first get your state certification?
Let's see. It was 2 years ago.
And when did your wife leave you?
That was 2 years ago, too.
I just have one more question for you. Nina and Alexander. Where are they?
Damn brat, figuring it out so quickly.
Brother!
You did it again! 2 years ago it was your wife!
Oh, fuck!
This time, you used your own daughter and her dog to transmute a talking chimera!
I don't see what you're so upset about. This is how we progress. Human experimentation is a necessary step. I would think a scientist should understand.
Shut up!
Gosh. This show is dark.
Look at your leg, your arm, your brother. Those things are also the result of messing around with somebody.
He was a kid and he didn't know what the hell he was doing.
We are the same.
My gosh, he's fucking crazy.
Alchemist, don't do that! No, I'm not.
Edward, no. Daddy, do you hurt?
I'm sorry. Even with all our power, we can't do anything to change you back. I'm sorry.
Can we play now? Can we play now?
I made it just in time. I get to remain a state alchemist. I passed.
Like hell you're staying a state alchemist.
If ever there was an example of the devil's work in this world, this case would definitely be it.
The state alchemist must be willing to act, able to take another's life when ordered to without questioning. In some ways, Mr. Tucker's actions and our own may not be all that far apart. When it comes to interfering with other people's lives, we choose our own path, knowing full well what we're doing.
I'm done with the state and all this shit. They need to break away from this if they're even okay with this at all.
You will more than likely come across cases like this again in the future. And you may end up having to get your own hands dirty as well.
We may be called dogs of the military. We may even be cursed as devils. It doesn't matter. Al and I are still going to get our bodies back. We know we're not devils. We know we're not gods. We're human.
We're only human!
The guy. Kill him.
Who are you? How did you get in here? There were military police out front.
Foolish alchemists who turn their backs on the ways of God shall be punished.
In front of her.
Daddy's hurting. Daddy hurts. No, Daddy.
You poor creature. Once you've been given this form, there is no way of separating you again.
Don't kill her too.
God. Hear me. 2 human souls have just been returned to you. Please accept them into your loving arms. Please grant these poor lost souls everlasting peace and salvation.
This show's fucking dark.
I did not expect that.
Yeah. So this character, let's go into the character first that we met at the beginning of the episode and then kind of took out Shou and Nina. I like the guy. I know he did some dark things, but it seems like he's trying to correct what's going wrong in the world. Mind you, he's taking power into his own hands right there. But, you know, he keeps saying that these people are like going against the will of God. And like, obviously we're seeing them create like these freaking hybrid creatures of like people and animals. We kind of saw it a little bit in the last episode where like the guy made like this kind of lion, lizard,
Chimera.
whatever kind of creature too.
I don't know how I feel about him yet. Because like on one hand, like, yes, he's going in to correct this, but also it's like when does it become to the point of overcorrection? And also it's like I don't know. It's just kind of weird when it's like, okay, I'm gonna take things into my own hands to judge people. AKA Light Yacht. We always go back to that.
Yeah.
So I this episode was sad. I'm still getting over it.
Yeah.
Goodness.
I think that there's a lot of things wrong with this state, and you know they keep saying that they're pretty much the alchemists are like the dogs of the military, and the military obviously didn't seem to really care about this type of things. They kind of told him, you know, you're gonna have to get your deal with it, get your hands dirty too. That is scary. And
the fact that this guy was state certified in the first place.
Well, it sounds like he only got state certified because he did that to his wife. He didn't pass the second year, and then this year to keep his like certification, he just did this to his daughter. Really dark subject matter.
Oh my goodness. And like this whole time, like you could tell Ed and his brother as well are kind of dealing with this. Mind you, they did something wrong too in the past. You know, they've learned their lesson. But it's almost like he's seeing, I don't know, it's just kind of crazy just to see it from like that perspective. Like you're seeing what other people are capable of. And then they even talked about like what alchemists, the purpose of them were to be like pillars of like science and, you know, innovation and in a different aspect, like to kind of help the people, it seemed. Yeah. And it's like they're being used for other reasons and
the government stuff.
Yeah. And also, what was the point of making talking animals? Like, why? Why?
That's why I worry that it's the government. Like, I feel like the government are having these people do things for them. Not all the things that they're having them do are the best. So I kind of got that kind of a weird feeling like in the first couple episodes. Like, I don't know if we can trust like the people that they're working for. Then they started showing like at the end credits scene, like I think of episode 2, they showed like Gluttony and that other girl. So I was like, okay, maybe these people are the villains. But maybe there's multiple villains, or not multiple villains, but just like opposition. But Al and Ed seemed very like they did not want this at all. So I kind of have hope that they'll separate themselves eventually, like get away from this.
They're also super young.
They're kids, and that's kind of where when Shou was telling them like you did it too, like they were kids, and I don't want to say that justifies it at all, but they did it.
But they
not knowing what
their lesson, I feel like.
Yeah, they did. And like they were like kids at the time. So they're now still trying to do something to correct their mistake, but in a sense they would still kind of be playing God in a way if they had to bring his body.
Thing too. I think that like a big theme of the show is like kind of the whole idea of like playing God. Like when is it too far? What is it? You know, there's the equivalent exchange, but like when does it become a point? You know, I don't know. That's just so interesting, like the topic of that. And it's like you can kind of rack your brain like over and over again, like, okay, well, is that fine? And then if you do this, is that fine? And, you know, it's just really interesting to put in that perspective. And then it's like some things are definitely more egregious than others, and then it's like some things are kind of like there's a fine line between like, okay, they made a mistake, they learned their lesson, should they be allowed to get their bodies back? You know, it's like kind of that mindset. And yeah, it's
kind of like it makes you think like what's right, what's wrong, and it's really interesting, and it's dark subject matter, like I said, but it's really got me hooked now to see kind of where the story goes.
I'm
now.
like already like so excited to continue. I mean, I'm really sad. Like this like messed me up.
Yeah, it was a pretty dark.
This like reminded me of another show we watched, and goodness, I just
Yeah, don't mess with kids.
Yeah, I can't handle when kids like I just can't handle it. Goodness. Alright, well, if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you can stay notified for all of our future videos.
Also, head over to our Patreon where we have full-length reactions as well as other exclusive content. If you want to watch our full-length reactions for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, we're actually several episodes ahead over there, so if you want to check that out, the link's down in the description below.
Alright, we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.